This is our welcome, everybody. We may have some more people. I'm not trying to figure this out. Still really trying to figure this out. We have people joining. I don't know. I'll learn this as we go along. We will admit people as they come on. We appreciate you being here today. I'm Jeff Emsler. I'm the director of the Greensburg-Decatur County Chamber of Commerce, and this is our first attempt at a Zoom video conference. And you know, I was telling Ginny earlier, I don't know why the heck we have never done this before. This is really kind of neat. So. But the fact that the situation is changing hour by hour, we felt it was important that we keep information out there to our local businesses. And one of the best people that we know that can help us out, we rely on this lady a lot, is Ginnie Faller with the ISBDC. She's incredible. Let me say, first of all, that the chamber, even though we're working from home and Don Lowe is on our call with us today, we've actually been incredibly busy. I mean, I was talking to Don the other day. Last week, the 4 days of last week, we were just incredible, like 100 miles an hour. And then Friday just slowed down. And then it's been crazy again this week. So applaud Don for working very hard to keep our social media up to date. She's doing a tremendous job from home, getting information out there. She's actively searching for businesses that have information about what's going on in their business. And she's also posting so many positive things that it's a great message that Dawn sends from us, and we sure do appreciate all that she's doing. So that being said, keep us informed at the chamber. You can reach us through our emails. We are still checking emails every day, and we may not be in the office, but you can get a hold of us either through our emails or our social media. And you can always call me on my cell phone at 812-593-4003. We have several of our community partners on with us today. Economic Development Corporation, Greensburg, Decatur County, Main Street, Greensburg, Decatur County Tourism. I think the Decatur County Community Foundation is coming on board. You realize that we are all part of the Stellar Group, and we still remain in contact throughout all this. Been in contact with the Decatur County United Fund. Joanne, she's doing a great job. There's a lot happening out there, folks. But we will continue to move forward with everything that's going on and see what we can do about the long-term efforts to get things back to normal here in our community. That being said, let me turn this over to, again, Ginnie Faller, who is the business advisor for Indiana Small Business Development Center. If you've never had the opportunity to meet with Ginnie about your business, you really should. After this is over, she is absolutely tremendous, and it's something I recommend that you come to her and talk to her. She's helped so many people in our county. We are blessed to have her here in Greensburg and Decatur County, and she works out of the chamber office, so that's a partnership we really do enjoy. Our goal here today is to give you as much updated information about what's going on, help for your business, what we know right now from Ginnie's standpoint from the Small Business Development Center. And if you have a question, feel free to write your question in the chat room. We will do our best to answer those questions, and if we cannot answer those questions today, we will get back with you. So, Ginnie, I'm going to let you take it over.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff. And again, I hope no one's distracted by the shimmeriness that I'm showing today. All right. So I'm going to first go through the details of the small business loan program, and then I'm going to go through some other housekeeping things and then just talk more about it. So if you want to put questions in here, you can, and then I'll get to them probably after I'm done, and then we can answer all that stuff for you. Hopefully I'll answer the majority of what you have. So the Small Business Administration, before even the stimulus package, was given about $50 billion to be able to put into what's called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. Now, they've always had this program, but it's changed a good amount here recently for the coronavirus pandemic. Some of the details of that program now are that, first, you should know that this is a loan program, not a grant program. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about some of the things that I saw in the stimulus package, but that hasn't been approved completely yet. So this, for now, is a loan program, not a grant program. The loan is for small businesses 3.75%, and you can have the term on that is up to 30 years. The first payment, though, and this has just changed in the last probably 24 hours, the first payment of that is not due for a full year after you receive the loan. It's also only for operating expenses. You can pay some asset payments as part of your operating, but this is not to transfer other loans into. It's mostly for payroll and execution and operating of the business. Now, some things are going to change probably in the stimulus package, but for now, this is up to $2 million. The first $25,000, so if anybody only needs up to $25,000, that doesn't need to be collateralized and probably won't have a personal guarantee. Over $25,000, up to the 2 million mark, it probably will need to have some level of collateral and some level of personal guarantee. So that's kind of the basis for the loan program. One question I've received in the past is this program something that goes through your local bank? And no, it isn't. This is going to go straight through the SBA. All right. And the SBA people are going to be in contact with you to process the loan, which brings me to my first attachment. So I'm going to show this on the screen so that you can see it. And I think Jeff has sent this out.
I have sent it out. Yes, we have sent that out to everybody in our database. In our database, yes.
Okay, so this is, all right. I'm hoping you can see it. I was trying to make it a hair bit larger. Okay, there you go. So this is the stepwise process for the disaster loan, and it's a super important document because it gives you an idea of what to expect, okay? Step one, you have to actually apply for the loan, and you have gotten all of the loan attachments. So all of the forms that need to be in it, you have received.
Ginny, we're not seeing that form. Can you show it?
Oh, okay. Let me see what
Still working on that, so.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's okay. Again, we're new at this, folks, so hang in there with us on sharing things.
There you go. Can you see it?
Yep.
My fault. I'm sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
Okay, so this is the step-by-step process for applying for the loan and what to expect. The first step, of course, is application. The next step is the SBA will assign a caseworker, if you will, a project manager, and that person will be verifying and processing the loan, and more than likely, 95% of the time will be talking directly to you. And then last step is closing the loan and getting the funds dispersed. All right, so this gives you a really good idea of what's going to happen in that process, and it's worth looking through. Now, what they're publishing on here is it's 2 to 3 weeks for the application process. It'll probably be longer than that before you actually receive funds. What we've thought to begin with is probably somewhere in the 6 to 8 week period. They have said, though, in the whole process of everything, that from the time that it actually gets closed off and that it's anywhere between 3 and 5 days for the funds to be deposited in your account. All right, the second page of this document, if you see there on the left, it shows you a businesses section. That tells you all the different document requirements. And then on the right, it gives you places where you can call. Now, I will say that the last time I knew, the only people we're getting through were the ones that were calling between 3:30 and 4 in the morning. Now, you might say that's pretty preposterous, but the bright side of that is that they're working all night long. So they're working 24 hours to help make these things happen. One of the things that some people have been running into is that they were doing maintenance on the actual portal that you're going to go to, and I'm going to show you that next. But that said, I don't know if that's been fixed or not. If you get that, just hold tight. They're fixing it. They're trying to increase the server. All right, the next thing, so that's the process. The next thing I'm going to show to you is the disaster loan application portal, screen by screens. Now, Jeff has sent this out also and shared this with everyone, but this is really important also. Here's why. here's the advice that I would give you. First, download all of those loan form application or the loan forms. Okay, Jeff he's included all of those. Fill those out by hand, print them out, fill them out. All right, and or you can fill them out digitally and keep them on your computer. Okay, then pull up this screen by screen shot instruction packet or print it off. You see this? I'm going through this quickly. This is the screen by screen that you will be seeing and the instructions for filling it out. Okay, either print that off or pull it up if you have double screens, or you know, pull it up in general, and then go into the actual portal yourself. That way, as you go through it, it will prompt you to either digitally upload those forms or to input that information. And you can see then instructions, screen by screen instructions. Now, it seems like a little bit of a tedious process, and like everything in government, it is a tedious process. I'm not going to undersell that, but that said, it is doable, and I've had a lot of clients and non-clients who've actually gone through it, and they're already in the process. So that's my advice for filling that out. Then you'll have everything in front of you, and it won't be as difficult. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this. Oops. Okay, can you see me again?
Yep.
Okay, all right. That is, those are two documents that are super helpful, and then the forms that are helpful. Now, I have sent all of those forms. That should include the business loan application form, IRS form 4506-T, which allows them to access your IRS taxes. And you will also need complete copies of your 2019 income tax form. If you don't have that, you will need your 2019 profit and loss statement. I also sent you form 413, which is a personal financial statement, okay? And the schedule of liabilities form 2202. Possibly as you work through this with your SBA processor, you will also need this year's profit and loss statement, an interim profit and loss statement. Also possibly form 1368, which I also have sent to you, which is a monthly sales form, super easy, and then possibly your credit score. Okay, I have a question here from Laura. As the stimulus bill stands in Congress right now, does the EIDL prohibit you from applying for the grant under the new stimulus bill? Okay, so I don't know exactly the answer to that, but I will give you what I know. What I know is that I think they're going to use the same process that you start with EIDL. And here's why. The stimulus piece that I got yesterday, which was a summary of the stimulus, which I'm also going to go through, has a piece in there that says that if you have applied for the EIDL, you can also apply for an emergency grant. The emergency grant will be up to $10,000, whether you get the EIDL or not. You'll be able to have this emergency grant, and you don't have to pay it back. Again, it's a grant. So that tells me that you will have to do this process. You'll have to get into this EIDL process. So to answer your question, the best of my ability, Laura, no. Applying for the EIDL does not prohibit you from applying for the grant. Okay, so other news. All right. If you have questions, by the way, about that EIDL grant, please send them forth in the chat and I'll try and answer them. Other news, something that happened in just the last 24 hours. The bridge loan and express loan program that was through the SBA was expedited here in the last 24 hours and expanded. Now, bridge loans that's for that period of time that you have until you get the EIDL. Those have been available now through your SBA approved lenders. And I'm going to send Jeff a link to the ISBDC updating website. And that website constantly has the most up-to-date news. It also has a link there for going to find who your SBA approved lenders are in your area. It'll ask you your area. Okay, so that's the most up-to-date information. Now I'd like to read through for you or give you some information on what's in the stimulus. Again, the stimulus package has not been approved fully yet, hasn't got through the House. I know that some people were telling me yesterday it got approved, and it hasn't. It hasn't. So the emergency injury disaster loan, I'm going to read through the different points. First, eligibility is going to be expanded to include tribal businesses, cooperatives, ESOPs, individual contractors, sole proprietors, and private nonprofits less than 500 employees. It also waives the credit elsewhere requirement. So for EIDL, they have a requirement in there that you have tried to get credit elsewhere. I would start the process no matter what, whether you have tried that or not, because in the stimulus, it's waiving that requirement for advances and loans below $200,000. That I think is a great waiving. It also, get this, also is going to waive the personal guarantee for advances and loans below $200,000. So that, remember I told you right now it's set at $25,000. They're upping that to $200,000. Also, for any new businesses, brand new businesses, waives the 1 year in business requirement for advances and loans below $200,000. So those businesses who have just started, if you want something under $200,000 for operational expenses, it's waiving that requirement. The SBA is going to have greater flexibility in determining borrower eligibility. So even if you think you're not going to be eligible because of credit score or anything else, right now the credit score limit is all the way down at 580. So apply, because in the stimulus, it looks like that's going to be waived. And at the very least, you would be able to get the $10,000 grant. All right. Entities eligible to apply for the EIDL may request an advance in the form of an emergency grant of up to $10,000. And the SBA must distribute the EIDL emergency grant within 3 days. Applicants are also not required to repay the emergency grant, even if they are ultimately denied by the EIDL. So Laura, that goes back to your question. It looks like you need to apply. No matter what, apply. Okay, some other provisions, all right, that are under this. Additional funding is provided to the small business at the SBDCs and women business centers. I don't know what that looks like. We've never had that before, so I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but as it comes available, I'm sure it will be out on the link that I'm going to send. Any match requirements for women business centers are waived for 3 months. The state trade expansion program funds, which were for fiscal year 18 and 19, will be made available again through fiscal year 21. So for anyone who's doing exporting, that's the state trade expansion program. It also requires the SBA to subsidize 6 months of payments on existing 7As and 504s and microloans beginning in the next payment. So that's amazing. So if you already have an SBA loan, right, basically it's telling you it's going to push off your payments for another 6 months. Okay, that right now are the high points of what's in the stimulus from where we are right now. Again, it's in the House. It might get changed in the House. Some things sounds like they're kind of going back and forth, but I think these elements are probably going to stay very much the same. They've stayed the same through the Senate and from the beginning.
Great.
All right, does anybody have questions?
Ginny, we're going to continue pushing this information out to our members and our database, which also includes some non-members. We want to make sure everybody has that information that you share. I know the Economic Development Corporation here in Greensburg, Decatur County, has a ton of information on their website as well. We are putting as much as we can on our website. We want people to make sure they are accessing the correct information and being careful about where they're getting this from. So we appreciate what you're doing for us. And anybody that has real concerns, I know I pushed a couple people to you this week. They can contact me to contact you. I'll get a contact from them and give to you. You're willing to talk to anybody, is that right?
Yes, yeah. You don't have to be a client to contact me. The only time that you would need to be a client now is if we do things above and beyond the EIDL, or if I give you more information. And becoming a client is nothing. It's just signing a form, which now I'm allowed to do all of that over the phone and over email, and I can send you all that stuff digitally. So
these are scary times for sure, Ginny, and there are people out there wondering if they're going to make it. And certainly I would think that continuation plans are something you can help with as well, right?
Yes. Yes. So one thing I want to say, and I see that there's another question, but one thing I want to say is that I want to encourage everyone that people are really trying to help. They're trying to go as quickly as possible, and we're all in this together. Believe me, I am a small business owner myself, and I'm feeling the pain just like everybody else. In fact, possibly more actually. But that said, you know, we're all in this together, suppliers and employees and everybody's in this together. This is just the beginning phases of the stimulus package also. So there'll be more things probably that get phased out as we go and we find out how this happens to us, you know, what's going to happen, but we're all in it together. So don't panic, be brave, and follow some of these plans. As you're settled down right now, get in there and you have time to do some things like marketing planning, rethinking what you're going to do. In fact, Jeff, I have a great video, 15-minute video on some great information, the 8 things that you can be doing right now to help your business when it comes out of this. Super great video. I'm going to send that to you too after this, Jeff.
We will share that, right?
Yes. And then if you want to go through those things, I'm more than happy to help you. You don't even have to come in to see me during this time. And don't worry, we are going to get through this together. Everyone is going to work with you the best that they possibly can to help you get through this.
There is a question from Isla.
Yeah. She says, have you heard how long it takes after completing the SBA package before a loan officer from SBA contacts you? I have not. We are only guessing about that, but we're guessing somewhere in the 0 to 2 weeks time frame. But again, I'm guessing, I'm speculating, and I have been asking, by the way, but we have not heard.
All right. Anybody have any other questions you want to ask right now? You're welcome, Isla. We appreciate you being on here today. So
I hope this was helpful. I hope that everybody got that information. Okay, so question from Julie. It seems like the SBA loan and the EIDL loan is 2 different things. However, they work together. If we follow the screen by screen, will this teach us all we need to know? Okay, so if you follow the screen by screen, that's going to help you with the application. An SBA loan, there are 2 types of SBA loans, okay, before this happened, before the EIDL, okay? One is a 7A and the other is a 504. If you have that, you will know that you have those. But those are all administered through your local bank. All right, there are microloans out there that might be administered through the other banks, but mostly everything is through your local bank. The EIDL is going to be through the SBA. So to answer your question, yes, those are 2 separate things. Okay, the EIDL screen by screen is just for the emergency injury disaster loan, or otherwise the economic injury disaster loan. All right, the 7A and 504 are still administered through your bank. And I would encourage you to go to your banks, first of all, for any bridge loan discussions. All right. Second of all, the banks are showing lower interest rates because I've reached out to a few of them, a few of my banking partners, and said, hey, what's going on? And they've been doing lots of loan packages. So that may still be your best bet.
Okay. All right. Final questions, final thoughts from anybody? Just put them in the chat room if you have anything. And again, if you want to reach out to us or me, I can hook you up with Ginny and make sure that she answers. She's absolutely terrific. Ginny, we do appreciate you being on today. Thank you so much.
Sure. Hey, and Jeff,
yes.
Next time, if you could be a little more shimmery, that would be helpful.
That's why I'm wearing a hat, okay? That's pretty shimmery right there. All right. So anyway, folks, we're going to try to do this again on a consistent basis or whenever we need to. We do appreciate Ginny being here. We may do some other things here at the chamber, try to do some networking events. Who knows? We'll see where we go with that. This is new territory for us, just like it is for you. But we are here for you folks, and we're going to do everything we can. I can guarantee you that that the economic development, Main Street Greensburg, tourism, community foundation, and our United Fund partners here in the county, we're all helping out as much as we can. Feel free to reach out to us. With that being said, this has been recorded. I'll figure out how to put it up on some kind of link, and you guys can watch it again. If you don't have those documents, let me know, and we'll get those to you. Ginny, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it. Be safe. Social distancing, people. Wash your hands.
Hey,
okay? Yes.
Hey, Jeff, there's one more question. Can you share your contact info? Yes, I can. My email address is gfaller@isbdc.org. And my phone number, again, though, I have to admit on the phone side of it, I will call you back, but is 812-537-0814. I'm just typing that. But it's probably easier to get me on the email at least first, because I'm usually on the phone with people, and that way you don't have to leave a message. And if you want me to call you, I will call you.
I can testify that Ginny is very good. She will not leave you hanging. She has always been right there as fast as she can to get back to people. Ginny, we just love working with you, so we appreciate all you do for us, okay?
Thanks. And I'll be shoving out those 2 other things to you, Jeff.
Thank you so much. Folks, watch our website, watch Economic Development website, and we're going to do our best to keep you informed. If you have questions, concerns about your business, let me know. If I can't get the answer, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to find the answer out for you, help you out all you can. Again, as she said, we're in this together. Social distancing. And with that, just adhere to the rules, and we'll get through this. That's all we're going to do today, folks. Thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.